What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Nerdy Volume Podcast. If you're new here, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about Spider-Man Noir,
Noir.
Spider-Man Noir,
Ugh.
the TV series on Prime. So sit back, relax, and don't forget to turn it to 11. All right. So, in this show, I want to say it's a spinoff from the Into the Spider-Verse multiverse with Miles Morales as the focus. Because I haven't heard of him. Maybe I have, like, when I was a kid, but like I never did like a deep dive into the character before. So, thinking that they actually came from the series, from the movie trilogy, makes more sense to me. But what about you? What do you think? Like, why do you think this series, started as or became?
It is. I remember
It is
in
a
the first
spinoff?
episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Because in the first episode, Ben, right, Nicolas Cage character,
Mhm.
Ben said, ever since that kid showed up and like told me about other universes, nothing has been the same or something to that effect. So
Oh,
he was referencing the Spider-Verse movies.
I see. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't even realize.
Yeah, that was in the first episode. Like his intro, when over voiceover.
His
Yeah.
inner monologue,
The inner monologue at the beginning.
very
That's when he mentioned
anime-esque.
And very like 20s 30s detective movie too, because they used to do that a lot.
Yeah, no.
So I have a question for you. Did you watch this in black and white or did you watch it in color?
I watched it in black and white, and then every now and then, if I wanted to see something in color, I'll just like rewind it and watch that same scene.
Okay,
in
nice.
color.
I watched all of it but the last episode in color. I only watched the last episode in
I
color.
see. It's not really up for debate when it comes to like Japanese sub and Japanese dub with anime versus the black and white versus color, because the color obviously gives a little bit more depth of the storytelling. However, I watched it in black and white, probably like just showcasing the time of where color TV was kind of scarce at the time, if not not available.
Yeah.
you know,
And it's
but
like based in that time period, right?
yeah.
Like it's it definitely, I will say, like the reason why I watched the last episode in black and white, first of all, I'm not really a fan of black and white. I like color.
Mhm.
So that's partially, but also my wife started watching this with me at the beginning, but then she just gave up. I think it's because she's just not a Nicolas Cage fan, which is crazy to me, but whatever.
Wow.
Her and my brother dislike him. They just cannot watch his movies, and I'm just like, why? He says
He's a
does
good
such
actor. I
job.
think he's a great actor. Yeah.
But they just don't like him. That's beside the point. But I think that's why partially she stopped watching it. So we started in color because she wanted to watch in color, and I'm like, okay. So I watched it, and then the last episode, when they were in the bar,
Yeah.
I realized that the lighting was really. I don't know why I never noticed it before, but the lighting was kind of weird in the bar when it was in color, and I'm like, why is the lighting the way it is? And
Yeah.
I'm like, I wonder if the lighting is set up for black and white. And so I switched it to black and white and started watching. I'm like, oh yeah, no, now it like actually makes sense, because in black and white, everything is about the contrast of those colors, right? 'Cause
Right.
you can't tell what's what. So
Mhm.
it's all about contrast, and that lighting, the places like how they put those lights, just emphasize certain looks of that, like what year is it, like 30s, right? I think it was like the 30s, maybe the 40s.
Yes.
That emphasizes that.
Yeah. Right after the war.
So that I'm like, okay, maybe I should have watched more of these episodes in black and white to get a little bit of a more feel. I know there was a guy on TikTok who was like talking about, like, if you wanted to watch both color and black, he gave like a suggestion watching the first 2 episodes in black and white, then 3 and 4 in color, then 5 and 6 back in black and white, right? And then the last 2 episodes in whatever way you want.
Right.
Which I didn't do, obviously, because I did definitely like the black and white because the lighting was just made for it. So it
Yeah.
really shone. It really like gave
Yeah.
a different feeling to the show.
Yeah.
So yeah,
You
I
know,
kind of regret I didn't watch it. Black and
and
white.
I think it was the first or second episode. It was when maybe the third, I forget, but it's when he snuck into the main bad guy's house,
Oh
and
yeah,
then he
when he was
went
trying
into the
to
shadow.
yeah.
When he went to the safe, yeah, and he went into
Yeah.
the shadow. I
Mhm.
initially watched it in black and white. And I was like,
Uh-huh.
oh, that's sick. And I was like, could I only see this in black and white? So then, like I said, so what I did was I turned the color on and then I rewound it. And no, it wasn't. It was actually darker because it was brighter on the sides. You know what I mean? So you couldn't really see them. And then, of course, the eyes open up and you can see the eyes. And I'm like,
Yeah.
that's cool. Very
Yeah,
Spider-like, you know?
Yeah.
Speaking of, you got Spider-Man right here, the OG,
OG Peter Parker.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then we got DC. I mean, not this guy, Batman, but DC coming up soon with the Supergirl. That's pretty exciting.
Supergirl.
But oh yeah. So anyway, there's a couple of people that I never thought I'd see in this series. Lamorne Morris, aka Winston from New Girl.
Yeah. That was real. I loved his character in this. His character was dope, but he did in my opinion, he did such a great job of imitating Nicolas Cage, Ben Riley's Spider-Man when he gets to the last episode and he's dressed as Spider-Noir. And
he's the voice.
So you called me to, and like he was doing the whole thing. I was like, "Yo, that's so good." He did such a good job of sounding like his character.
100%, yeah.
No, I'm a fan of Lamore. I think he does a really good job. I mean, he was so good in New Girl.
Which is another thing why I wanted to bring up. So he was in New Girl, but he was colorblind in New Girl.
Yo, that's actually crazy. You think that was on purpose?
That is a good question. That's actually why I thought of it. I was like, I'm watching this in black and white. It's funny because he's colorblind. I mean, he's not colorblind where he can't see all colors, but
right. But
like what is green is brown or something like that.
If you think colorblind, you automatically think everybody sees that person sees in black and white. I don't know why.
Right? Yeah, exactly.
Which is not true.
It's not. No.
But you definitely like, oh, so they only see black and white or different, like, and then 50 Shades of Grey in between.
Yeah. I mean, I remember when I first in Alaska, I was in 5th grade, and one of my buddies was in another part of like our class was split, and then our teacher was like, "Oh yeah, so and so's colorblind." Our class was like, "What?" And so right when we met up again and the class as a whole, everyone was asking like, "Yo, what color is this? What color is this?" And he got I was one of the first that he answered. He was like, "That's red." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Did the teacher just lie to us?" And then find out later, he's all like, "Oh no, I can't see like
Blue
orange, or he couldn't see oranges or browns."
Oh, interesting.
And I was like, you're not missing much. I was like, you missed. I was in brown. I was like, wait a minute. I look at what color am I? And he's all like, well, I figure you're brown because you're Hawaiian. I'm like, touche. Don't know where you got the origins of my color, but I think that's funny.
I had a cousin who one time he tried to get real philosophical with me. And he's like, "What color is this?" I'm like, "Blue." He's like, "Well, yeah, but how do you know it's blue?" I'm like, "What do you mean? How do I know it's blue? It's blue." But what if your blue is my red? Like we're seeing different colors while we're looking at it. I'm like, okay, but it's still blue because we both got taught that it's blue. So it doesn't matter if it's red, it's blue to you.
Right, exactly. That's funny. That's exactly how like I view. So like aliens, right? We view aliens as creatures that we're not used to. But imagine a creature from another planet coming and seeing our fish and our big fish. You know what I mean? Like they would be like, "What is that?" You know what I mean? Like that to them would be like how we would see the alien from the Alien series. You know what I mean? Like how freaky that would be.
That thing breathes underwater?
Yeah. Or like a world that's only aquatic people. They see us in the open air. They would be like, jaws would be on the floor. They would be scared. There'd be like terrible movies about us being like killers of the aquatic people. You know what I mean?
With harpoons and whatnot.
Yeah. Or trying to bring like balloons underwater. Opposite of it. Be like that. I don't know. Anyway, back to the series. So throughout the series, it's you realize that Ben Riley, he lost the love of his life, and while he was in his super, or his, what is it, his super self or his persona, and he lost the love of his life, and then he's like, you know what, I don't even need this if I can't save the one person I'm supposed to save, and he went down this slippery slope. And I think one of the funniest things about this, or actually there's a lot of things about this Spider-Man that I was not aware of. And one of the things was killing.
Yeah.
This Spider-Noir kills.
Yeah,
And
he does.
and at this time, it made sense. I guess in the world at the time is fresh out the war, and obviously people are killing people in the streets like left and right. Like this, almost like brushing their teeth to them. And so like when I first saw him kill someone, I'm like, oh dang, he killed somebody. I was like, that's crazy. And then I thought about it. I'm like, it is in like the 1930s, right? I was like, when did the World War I finish? I was like, wait, I was like 2 years long. What wasn't it? I was like, what? I was like, what was?
Was he part of World War One?
Yeah, I believe it was World War One.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because they were. Where was the experiments? Was in France? No.
Yeah, they were doing their experiments in France.
Yeah, the war in because that was a world war that we fought against the Germans then too. Yeah, it was still Germany. Yeah, we fought them twice. That was crazy. And so so I was just like, I thought it was World War II. But then you had Kat Hardy. I was like, ain't no way at that time, especially fresh out the war like that. There's no way she'd be headlining at her own bar. That's crazy.
World War II?
Yeah, after World War II. Yeah, that'd be crazy. But she was there, so I was just like, oh, okay, got it. I initially just assumed, oh, this would be after one, right? And then later on, I don't think they even talked about if it was one or two. It was just the World War. You know what I mean?
Well, if it is World War One, obviously they wouldn't be talking about World War II because it hasn't happened yet, right?
True.
So
true.
It would be just a Great War.
But Kat Hardy played by. Have you watched Sinners? Did we talk about Sinners?
Yeah,
we did. Or I don't think we talked about
with Jordan. What's his name?
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah. Kat Hardy, Lee Jun Lee, the girl that played Kat Hardy. She was in Sinners. She was the mama bear. I call her mama bear because she got nuts at the end. She was like, I don't care what anybody did. Like, you're not getting to my daughter kind of thing. Right. And she was a monster in that film. So that's why I thought like, oh, cool. Okay. Who's Kat Hardy? And whenever I watch a show, I do a deep dive on characters and find out that she's actually like a Black Cat caricature. Black Cat is a part of the Spider-Verse. So she is the Spider-Man. Spider-Man, I want to say ally and not ally. She's like almost a thief in a way, right?
Yeah.
But I know that she has feelings for Peter Parker, but I don't know about Ben Riley. And man, I can't believe she did that to my boy, Ben Riley, at the last minute. You know what I mean? I was just like, that's crazy. But, what can you do?
You were right. It is after World War One.
Was it one? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's based in the 30s. All right.
Yeah, because there was still a lot of racism, with Robbie and Lonnie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and it was actually really it was crazy to see the mix of ethnicities because of the wars like that, right? Because you normally would just see kind of like a two, you see white and black folks in that era and them having their own struggles, right? But then you had Flint, right? That's the Sandman, right?
Yeah.
Flint Marco.
Yeah, Flint Marco.
Yeah.
Sandman.
Yeah, he was a Sandman, and I'm like, is he Italian? I was just thinking like, I'm like, yeah, because like you could see his features, but then and you remember when he was all sandy? So in black and white, it looks like he has like cookie dough on him. And like cracked skin on it. I'm like, what is that? That looks freaky. And then I turned on the color. I was like, oh, that looks dope. And I'm like, I see. I should probably keep it at black and white when his character is on. And then when Lonnie showed up with he looked like a Star Trek character. Like his eyes.
Like a Klingon?
Yeah.
Is it Klingon?
I don't remember
I think it's Klingon.
His
with the
race.
with the ridges on their forehead.
Yeah, it looks like he has ribs on his
super
forehead.
Aggressive race. Pretty sure they're Klingons.
Yeah. And I was like, oh wow, that's different. And I'm like, none of these guys are using their powers well, except for was it Dirk? Yeah, Dirk.
Yeah, the electricity guy.
That dude was awesome.
I'm so happy he died. I'm like, this guy.
He was a good character.
Yeah, he was. I mean, he was a really good bad character.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of
good job.
Yeah, and there's a lot of notable characters in the series. Like, I didn't know the guy who played Silvermane was in Harry Potter.
Yeah,
Brendan Gleeson.
Who did he play? Was it
He played the guy with the patch. Frick, I forgot his name. Like his name.
Oh yeah.
His name is
Mooney.
Mooney. Yeah, there you go.
Mad Eye Mooney. Yeah. He did play.
That's the one. And because I was like, I recognize this guy. I just don't know where he's from.
Yeah, I was on the same boat with you. I was just like, I know him from somewhere, but I just can't. It's because he didn't have the freaking ginormous eyeball.
Yeah.
Swirling around in his head.
Yeah. No, so like, we see Ben Reilly's character going through it all: depression, love, self-loathing. He did a lot of that.
A lot of that. And
then you have like characters that are similar to him, like Flint, Lonnie, and of course Dirk. There was another one. I don't remember. He was the first one that they run into.
Oh yeah, the guy who had fire ability.
Yeah, that guy.
I can't remember what his name was.
Yeah, Addison. There you go. Addison. That was the guy that they was all looking for. Silvermane was looking for. And they all kind of came from the war. Something happened to them. And like, it's funny that they all forgot Ben. Ben is the whole reason why they all were able to escape, which is why it was weird when Dirk saw him, like, you're the one who saved us all, and didn't want to change sides, right? But he was just a bad dude altogether, because he was like one of them vets that, he goes home and expects like some kind of like love from the people, but he got nothing. Nothing. So like, I'm like, ooh, this guy's bitter. And same with Lonnie too. Lonnie and Flint, they go to serve their country just to come back and just be spit on, which is another trope that this Spider-Verse, touched on, which I thought was really nice. I mean, it's all like, you always wonder what kind of like world a Spider-Man, or what kind of Spider-Man would be in that kind of world. Did you have any notable characters in your notes? Frankie, the kid?
The kid. I love the kid. He was so good. He's so good. I'm like, especially the part where what's her name? Janet is trying to teach him how to write and read.
Oh.
And they're just going at it with each other. Oh, that part was so funny. I think
a good one.
Janet was a wonderful character. Robbie was a great character. I thought they did a great job. I did not know. I'm like, did I just miss it? But I did not know that Ben didn't know that Janet knew that he was Spider-Man or Spider-Noir, right?
Yeah.
The spider.
The spider, yeah.
Yeah, the spider. Until the last episode, she's like, I knew a long time ago, like, I found you drunk like 4 different times, just hanging off the roof or wearing your mask or whatever it was. And you're like, I'm the spider. And she said, okay, cool. But, no,
everybody knew.
The chemistry between Janet and Ben was really good. I really liked it. I thought that was like, that dynamic was really good. And then also Ben and Robbie, just Robbie always being encouraging of him, just like, the city needs you. You are the spider. Like, no one can do this but you. But, Kat, I hate her character because she did Ben dirty. And,
yeah, she did. Yeah, she did.
And then in the end, that last scene where they're like at the funeral. I think they were at Silvermane's funeral.
Yeah.
And she's like, if this was a different universe, I would be with you. And he kind of just like insults her, like pretty much says, I forgot what Ben told her, but it pissed her off. She's like, go to hell. It's like, I'll see if you seat or whatever. I was like, yeah, he's a little bitter still.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which I like. I think this Ben character was really dope in a different way, because it's like all these Spider-Man, like Morales and Peter Parker,
mm-hmm.
right? They're kind of like there's teenager phase, like they're teenagers who are going through this phase of like they're trying to find themselves.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Ben's character, he's a grown freaking man. He went to war, right? He's seen real evil. Like he fought against it. and without powers, right? And so now he just lives in this world where he just trying to live day by day, right? He's not he lost his, like you said, he lost his wife, and he just kind of just wants to just make enough money to eat food and drink. What was it? Was it whiskey that he drank
Oh, I don't know what he was drinking. I
or
know it was
bourbon?
alcohol. I think it might have
Maybe it
been
was
bourbon.
yeah, maybe it was bourbon. But yeah, like, and so you can see that his character is just fully broken. So I thought that was I really liked it. That whole dynamic, seeing it from a perspective of someone who was the hero and fell out of it because he couldn't save his wife, and now just kind of wants to disown it in every possible way, right? And
Right.
kind of it's just funny that he just talks about himself in a way that is not true, right? He's like, "Oh, I'm a coward. You know, I just do things, you know, for myself." But like, you know, there's this whole history behind him that he is absolutely not a coward, and he
Right.
definitely was like he was self-sacrificing to the point where his wife died. He couldn't save his wife.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then Silvermane's character was interesting, right?
Yeah.
I don't know how I felt about Silvermane's character. Like, I liked his character, but I felt like he was trying to be Fisk, not as intense.
Yeah. He
You know
was
what I mean?
he wanted all powers under him. It didn't matter where it came from. Whereas Fisk wanted all the power for himself. Like he wanted an army of super soldiers essentially.
Well, I think for me it was like Fisk was like he was threatening because you know he can kill you. He literally
Yeah.
crushed the person's head just by holding it.
Yeah.
Like he was insanely strong, even though he was just a regular person. As far as we know, he was just a regular person. I don't think he ever had superpowers, right?
Right.
But like Silvermane was just kind of like he was just a gangster.
Yeah.
And for some reason, people would just follow. I completely understand. Like Dirk, he's like, wait, why are we listening to this guy? We have powers. We can run this place, and we're listening to this dude about. And I'm like, you're so right. Like Fisk was a threat. If you crossed him, he somehow always got the better hand and he killed you, right?
Yeah.
Silvermane, I guess Silvermane was just intelligent. He knew how to manipulate people properly. But
Yeah.
I don't know, his character just felt less threatening to me than like Fisk,
Mhm.
right? He was
Mhm.
just a gangster who had like good muscle, right? And the relationship, I don't know, there was something weird about the relationship between him and the spider, right? Because the spider was just kind
Yeah.
of like they were like nonchalant with each other. They were just like, "Hey, look, leave Ben alone, because or if not, I just kill you." And then he just walks out. Like there was, and then when Silvermane like talks to him later, he's like, "Hey," like they're being very friendly with each other, even though they're trying to get to a point, right? And definitely Silvermane, if you got the opportunity, would X-nay
Mhm.
on the spider. But it was just
Yeah.
like it was such a weird dynamic. I'm not saying I didn't like it, but I'm like, yo, this doesn't have the same like level of intensity that you would see with like Daredevil and
Right.
Fisk. Like
Right.
before Fisk knew that Daredevil was what was
Matthew
his name?
Murdock.
Matthew. I wanted to say Nathan. I'm like, it's not Nathan. Matthew. Uh but before that, like it was just like, I want to kill him, and if I ever see him, I'm going to kill him. Silvermane was kind of a gentleman in in a lot of aspects when he needed to be, and when
Yeah.
he didn't want to be, then he'd shoot you.
Exactly. Yeah. He had more of like an old school approach, which is kind of cool to it.
For
You know,
sure, for sure.
he was more of a mafioso than he was like.
Which he was, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
he was definitely a mafia boss
Yeah.
running
Yeah.
New York.
And which is funny too. Another person, speaking of running New York, the mayor was so that character. I thought he was a bad mayor. You know, with the whole thing where Kat was trying to get him in a suggestive photo op or whatever.
Oh, uh-huh.
And I was just like, oh dang, it's a sleazy mayor. I was like, I wonder how this is gonna pan out. Is he another obstacle for Ben? You know, and you find out no, he's just kind of just weird and stuff like that. And he was like, yeah, we're gonna stop prohibition. We're gonna bring the alcohol back. I was like, that's funny. I was like, that's a wild reason to run a campaign. But I was like, hey, that's how that's how you get followers. That's how you get votes. You know. And so when he started saying like, yeah, I'm gonna meet the spider. Me and the spider, we like this.
Right.
And for some reason, like it ended up that way, like because Ben showed up as the spider, Like all of a sudden, oh, the mayor said is true. Does that mean everything else that he says is true? You know what I mean? Like it just fits in the mayor's hands, and I thought it was kind of funny. It's like those little notions. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, ain't this guy lucky showing up with the spider? I was like, everybody knows the spider's a good guy, this and that, whatever. But I was like, this mayor is good. It's a good mayor. He's a good mayor.
Yeah, no, I thought his character was pretty interesting. I
Mm-hmm.
thought so. I thought the same thing you did. Like, oh, he's like a sleazy mayor, corrupt or whatever. But he wasn't. I mean, he wasn't a good person, right? He
No,
was just a
no.
politician. I mean, he was a
Yeah,
politician. He was trying to
he had an
He was trying to
agenda.
win, but
Yeah,
he wasn't. He wasn't corrupt. He wasn't like in the pocket of Silvermane, right?
yeah, he wasn't, or
which
is
was
trying to get out of
you
it.
gotta give
Anyways.
him. You gotta give him his credit for that. So at
Yeah.
least he was brave enough to try to fight off Silvermane. But
Hmm.
I was gonna say something about what was I gonna say? I forgot. Oh man, it slipped my mind. Was it about the mayor? Was it about the mayor? No, I don't think it was. Can't remember what it was. I'm sure it'll come to me eventually. But somebody else I liked was the two henchmen. What were their names? Perry and somebody. What was the other
Oh,
guy's
the duo that's always like together, Perry and Pudge.
name? Yeah.
Those guys are awesome.
They were so funny. I like their dynamic. What
Yeah.
was it Pudge where they were talking about Janet, he's like, "Oh yeah, she's really nice." And Perry kind of looks at him and is like, "Yo, wrong side. You're on the wrong team, buddy."
Dude, no, but they messed up that one guy. The other private eye.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, they
Oh my
weren't good
gosh,
people.
they busted him up.
Yeah, but I mean, he kind of deserves it. He ran around, stuff he
Mm.
didn't know about.
Oh, and the most important part, I think is one of the most important parts to Ben Riley's character is how he got his powers. Did you see
Oh,
that thing?
yeah, the ginormous
The
spider.
radioactive
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man, yeah. Or Mander. No. Spider-Man is good. No. Yeah,
Man
I was
spider?
like, yeah, I was like, whoa, can you imagine getting bitten by something like that? Yeah, no.
No.
And then the transition of powers or of him getting the powers was hilarious. He's like, I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
where he did
is that a
like
dog?
a dead spider.
You right.
When the dead spider is upside down and it's like, oh, like
Yeah.
yeah.
Dude.
I think Nicolas Cage did a good job. But then again, I'm a fan of his. I'm not saying all of his movies are the greatest things in the planet, but
Right.
I've never like. I thought he does good job. He does good work whenever he needs to.
Yeah.
Willy's Wonderland. I think it's Willy's Wonderland. It's kind of like Five Nights at Freddy's. Has
Okay.
that same idea. I think it's called Willy's Wonderland. That movie has him in it, and it's such a good movie. And he doesn't talk at all. I think that's why my wife liked it because it's his voice that they get bothered by. My brother and my wife, they
Is it 'cause
can't
it's
handle
slow?
his voice. I don't know what it is.
That's what I'm
about his
trying to
voice,
say.
but that's what they don't like about him. So Willy's Wonderland, he doesn't speak a single thing in it, and he just plays a great character in that. So
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah, no, I appreciate Nicolas Cage. He played a movie. I think it's called The Family Man, and it's about him. He was like a successful businessman, and then all of a sudden, like he gets wrapped into a different or a different world where he is married, 2 children. He has good friends, a great job, a nice house. You know what I mean? Like he has, but it's like an everyday house. Like some they can't afford certain things, but they have this. You know what I mean? Like he was a
Yeah.
family man,
Yeah.
and throughout the whole film, he is trying to get back to his world and back to the woman that he was seeing at the time. And then all of a sudden, at the end, I don't want to spoil it, but it's a really nice show. The Family Man. If you guys are fans of Nicolas Cage, or if you guys are only now getting to know him, I would
would be
suggest
crazy.
The Family Man. Yeah, it would be crazy. Yeah, National Treasure is also good too.
Oh yeah, that's a pretty
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah,
Now I remember what I was going to talk about. You were talking about a different world. This is kind of a negative, I guess, but I was kind of bummed because it is a different universe, right?
right.
I was kind of bummed with the idea that with the idea that there was still like some level of racism, right? That the black people were still looked at in a negative light. And I was just like, you're in a different universe with a different history,
Mhm.
right? You could have done it a whole million different ways because obviously he's not Spider-Man. He's a completely different person who gets his powers a completely different way. right? And we could say, I mean, you could keep certain parts of the history accurate, like the Great War at this point, right? But I'm like, you could have made it that a different thing was what was like being prejudiced. I don't think that's a real word, but I'm gonna make a real word right now, right? So I was just like, kind of that. I don't know. It's just like, okay, I get it. You know, black people are still not seen right in this world. You know, they're lesser than in society, and I'm just like, but we could have gone a different route with this. We could have gone this with certain groups of people because they're financially, you know, a lower class or something. I don't
Right,
know.
right, right.
I was just, that's like kind of the thing. I was like, man, what a missed opportunity to aim at it from a different perspective.
I mean, they technically did with the veteran side. Remember with Lonnie, you know, he was, you know, obviously he's a black guy that served, and he, you know, he
Right.
was fighting, and the only people that he could respect that wasn't the same color as him was his brothers that he fought in the war with.
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's where, and he was all, and they were also in like some kind of weird housing situation. I think they were homeless, to be honest, but
They were definitely homeless. They were living like
I'm like, it didn't make any sense. I was like, but these guys are vets. I was like, they just got home. That's crazy. It's crazy to think about when that happens, you know. And
But there was that conversation with Lonnie and Robbie when Robbie goes to find him.
oh yeah,
And
yeah,
they were having a conversation. He's like, you know, people like us don't get that kind of opportunity, right? So implying that because he's black, he doesn't get the same opportunity, which is
Right.
true. But it's like, dang, too bad it wasn't for a different reason. Like, for
Yeah.
example, because he was a soldier, and maybe soldiers are looked at, or veterans are looked at. I mean, this unfortunately are looked at in a bad light today because we do not take care of our veterans. They are
yeah.
poorly taken care of by both the government and society, which is so sad because they do so much for this country. Thank you for your service.
Yes,
That's my little
thank you.
side right there. But you know, I don't know. I'm just like, man, it would have been cool if there was a different reason why you were being looked down upon, right?
Yeah.
That's just my thing. That's just how I see it. Because I would if we have a multiple of universes happening at the same time, I highly doubt that all of them have gone through the exact same racial struggles that we have gone through, right?
Yeah.
Something has to change. A different reason for why certain people are being mistreated in that universe. And I feel like the show could have taken that route and done something with it to represent the minorities of our world, right? Like Harry Potter, I think does a good job of kind of does a good job of it, right? That muggles and wizards and muggles are looked down on because they're non-magical people, right?
Right.
Which is kind of funny because wizards are actually the minority. They're not as many, but that's a whole different thing. But it's that thought process. You're not looking at someone's race for the reason of their of being oppressed, but because of their lack of magic in that world. So at this point, they could have done something similar. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
You know, yeah, that's that's one way of, you know, of wanting to see the show. Like, you know, like that's why same thing when I was figuring out which war this was after, but Kat was a headline in her own bar, and I was like,
right. I mean, that's true.
That wouldn't make any sense. Well, if it was after World War II, like,
right.
You know, being from Hawaii, like you hear about a lot of the sad truths of the Japanese immigrants. You know what I mean?
No, it's serious stuff.
Yeah. Like my grandpa's one of his best friends is Japanese, and he was in a fire. What are those the fire lane things where you line them up against the wall?
Oh yeah,
yeah. So it was like it was one of them. That was a real thing for my family when they were, you know,
I believe
back in the 40s. So that's why I was like, that's impossible, you know. In my head, I'm like, that's wow. So I was like, gotta be one. So yeah, and because they touched on it very little, they did little bit. It's like it wasn't like overly done.
No, it's true.
But
you're right.
Yeah, you're right about that one thing. They could have some. Because
you did have a variety of people. You had Janet, who was Hispanic, obviously Kat, who was Asian, you know, and then Lonnie and Robbie that were black.
Right.
So
Flint,
there was
I think was Hispanic, I think, or maybe Italian.
Flint, he had to be Italian. Had to be Italian.
Yeah, that was he probably.
His last name is Marco.
So that's right. They never said his last name a lot.
You're right. True. But so there was that, and I agree. It wasn't like the racial views were like pushed on hard because they weren't. But it was just like that one moment. I'm like, dang, I wish we went a different way with that. But whatever, it's okay.
Yeah.
But it didn't ruin the show for me. But no, I completely agree with you.
Yeah. I think that this show, although I think this is going to be the only tale of Spider-Noir, because
like not a second season.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be a second season. I mean, they didn't even have an opening for one. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was nothing after, which is, I think, is nice. It's a nice touch. This was a good series. I'm not gonna lie. I liked it. It was a nice, short and sweet. 8 episodes. You could watch it 2 different ways, which I thought is a really cool way.
That was pretty cool. I do like
to
that.
watch it. Yeah, to experience it. And I'm glad that we experienced it differently throughout. Like you did 1 through 7, you did color, and then the last one was black and white.
In black and white, yeah.
And me, I did dabs of color here and there in every episode. Some of them I had to go back,
because then you get to experience that same moment.
Yeah.
Like instantly, right?
Yeah, without it being recasted.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but overall, I would say I give this a C plus. It's good. It's good. It's a series, but I mean, like there wasn't a whole lot of Spider-Man action. Not a lot of web slinging, which would have been awesome. Yeah, it was more storytelling, and the storytelling was actually pretty compelling for me. So I give it a C plus.
I agree with you. I think a C plus is a good place for it. I agree. That was something else that if I had a criticism, was not enough. Right. Yeah, I wish there was a little bit more of Spider. I think that's always like the problem with like origin. This is not really an origin story, but like the origin story is like they take so long to get to the point of them becoming the superhero. Yeah. It's like, bro, you could have done this like 20 minutes earlier. Mm-hmm. Or in this case, you could have done this like 2 episodes.
1,000%. Yeah, right? Absolutely.
So, but him, like the constant struggle of him, I don't want to be, but I have to be. I don't want to be. I don't have to. And then eventually, you know what? Okay, I'll be. It's like, dang, you could have done this a long time ago, buddy. We get it. Mm-hmm. Right? How many years has your wife died? And like, we should have resolved this situation.
Yeah. I think it was 5 minutes, I think.
5 minutes?
Or not 5 minutes, 5 years, sorry.
I was like, oh, she just recently died. The show didn't even start and she just died. That I can understand, right? But yeah, I think there wasn't enough Spider. But I really liked all the acting. Wow. All of the acting. All of the acting was good. All of the actors did a fantastic job.
Yes.
I enjoyed it. Though like it really felt like it really felt like you were in the 30s with the way they were speaking. And Frankie's character, I think that like whole I'm from the streets of New York vibe for that kid was just, he did such a great job playing that character, like his little Frankie character. Yeah. I agree. C plus for sure.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah, I would definitely recommend it to those who are fans of Spider-Man. I think that you will enjoy it.
Sure.
I think you will enjoy it. I think especially if you like Spider-Man for its story. This is a good story. And it fits the bill. And I was like, I don't know how you're going to have Nicolas Cage play a Spider-Man. Because, I was like, Spider-Man can do some crazy stuff. However, I think casting it, I think he was a great cast for it. You guys can disagree with me. It's okay. It is your opinion. But yeah, going to wrap up this episode. Follow us on IG, Facebook, X, and TikTok. You can catch all of our video content here on YouTube. Please leave a review as it will help our community grow, our podcast grow. And join our community on Discord. Thanks for hanging out with us. And don't forget to turn it to 11.